Hello Commanders, welcome to the command table. My name is Matt, and we have multiple strategies for you for Volcanus today. Before we jump into that though, if you'd please be so kind as to like, subscribe, and if you want notifications when I drop new videos, be sure to hit that notification bell. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those below. You can also join us on the command table Discord channel. The link will be in the description. You can usually get a jump start on your raid setups because we post most of our builds there before I compile this video. So feel free to hop on there. It's open source. Everyone is welcome. Okay, so let's dive right in. I have a couple builds from Anturium and Randu, and then the others are in my next folder here. Okay, we're going to pause right there so you can kind of see what's going on. I think he's got 2 Celestial Spears, 2 Storm Collars. He's got 1 Frost Knight down here, Monster Hunter, and then I'm trying to remember what that was. Let's go ahead and let it play and we'll see what else he's got in there. Oh yeah, Barrier Monk. So I'm fairly confident that he's using the Nature faction stone on these Celestial Spears because they are attacking ridiculously fast. So they're just going to shred right through the boss without any trouble. He's using the Troll Giant's Toe, and he's got well under the unit limit to get that done. Between the Monster Hunter and the Frost Knight, he's got plenty of freeze to keep everything frozen. And those 2 Storm Callers are able to shred through all of the minions very quickly. I imagine he's got Berserk on them as well. So, and they're already Nature, so you don't have to worry about that. But anyway, very, very solid build. Good job, Anturium. Way to utilize those Nature stones. Okay, let's go ahead and pop out. We'll go to Randu's setup. Apologize if you can hear my boy screaming in the background. Okay, so let's back up just a smidge to where you can see the unit levels. Okay, Monster Hunter's gonna tank all of the arrows because we're working with enhanced ranged. Then we've got a Reno, we've got a Barrier Monk, it looks like, Stormcaller, Celestial Spear, Frost Wizard, and then way back here there's some Eternal Champions with Revitalize. You'll see their health going up as they run forward, so watch for that as it goes. But the Monster Hunter has Leech on it, so it's able to keep itself topped off, hold that front line, soak all the range damage because it doesn't take any if it's, so long as it's not stunned. We don't have any stun mechanics this time around for modifiers. And here comes the Eternal Champions coming in towards the end. Looks like we just lost one of them. Not sure what took it down. But yeah, very solid build. Gets the job done. Oh, Reno caught the burn damage from one of the Ember Fiends, but he's still going to be able to get it just fine. He's got the Celestial Spear there, and so long as his Frost Wizard's up, he's going to be all right. So, going a little slow. I might not actually get this one. I'm not sure if I downloaded the right video. He posted 2 of these. I think he still gets it. Okay. But yeah, pretty solid build. Maybe there's a way to, if you put like a range stone on the Reno or something to keep it from walking too far forward, or you could adjust your Barrier Monk just a little bit to where it follows the Reno, then you'll probably be a little safer. Anyway, very solid build for that. Let's pop over and look at some of the others. These are some screenshots of other people's builds, so let's take a peek. This is Withinmyrange. Again, kind of the same units. It just almost doesn't matter where you place them. Just kind of keep them together to where the Monster Hunter is always in the front. Now, the trick with the Valkyrie is making sure that it's the closest to the Monster Hunter. Sometimes I prefer to actually make contact to where they're actually within the circles. When you click on them, you can see the circle around them. So I like to make sure that it's in contact. And then you just make sure that your Barrier Monk is far enough back to where it's only covering the Valkyrie and not the Monster Hunter, because you don't want those archers to shred through your Barrier Monk's bubble, then you'll end up getting a meteor. So just make sure your Barrier Monk is far enough back. You'll be able to see its bubble range when you click on it. And yeah, again, just the same use. Make sure things are frozen. He's got a Druid in there, so that's good for keeping everybody topped off, but then you don't end up utilizing that wounded debuff if you're going to use the Berserk Power Stone or the Panther, Amulet of the Panther Queen. So, but again, a lot of the similar units, you're going to see the same trend throughout this whole thing. So that was Withinmyrange. Now Schellious, he's got set up here with melee swarm. He's using the Amulet of the Panther Queen, so he's going to maximize the Warhound damage, and he's got the Direwolves in there to boost them even more. The Wraiths won't get any buff from it unless he put the Nature Power Stone on there, which I wouldn't be shocked if he did. That would actually be pretty smart. The trick with this one is that you space out the bomb bots to where they'll cover the top and bottom of the battlefield and resurrect everything in that first wave. These two probably have some kind of run speed enhancement, and this one probably has slow, and I almost guarantee you they all have stealth. So I don't know for sure, I haven't asked him, but that's what I would put on them. So these top two will run forward and collide with the blue skulls first, resurrecting everything, and then if there is a pound that Volcanus gets off and kills most of your stuff, that third bomb bot's going to be walking slowly right up until towards the end of the, not the end of the battle, but the middle of the battle, but later than the other two, and that'll resurrect everything again after most of this has already been cleared out. So very solid strategy. I think it's fantastic. Good job. All right, let's move on to ViliusLT. And for this one, again, kind of a similar setup with this one, though. He's got the merged Arcane Blade and the merged Spirit Panther. He's also using regen, so regen's going to undo anything that any benefit that you could get from the wounded. But he's not using the Panther Queen, so you don't have to worry about lower health there either. But it's kind of tagged to the Monster Hunter, so it's going to follow and always stay in range of the Monster Hunter, even though it will cast heals off onto other things. So, yeah, if there is Berserk on anything, the regen's going to undo it, and so will the Druid. But you might get a little bit of it before. But you really don't need the Berserk if you're using the Accuracy Elixir, obviously. But yeah, solid setup. Should work great. I don't think he's had any problems with it. Reload would be optimal compared to Berserk if you're going to use regen. Okay, so let's check out somebody else. We've got, okay, this is a video from Lady Nature. She replicated Admiral Hunter's build and got his permission to share it. So a lot of the similar units, only this time no Valkyrie. We've got the Mechanical Horror moving up there as well. It's really good at kind of holding everything off and does really well with the Accuracy Elixir to shred through a lot of those smaller minions. Plus it moves up to the boss and helps to tank it in the event that... Oh, looks like there's an Eternal Champion in there too. Merged EC. Was there a Monster Hunter? Maybe not. Maybe there was no Monster Hunter. Maybe it was just the EC. So yeah, I guess you can switch that out if you'd like. But pretty solid build. Gets the job done. There's a Tide Shaman in there shooting bubbles. I would probably not use the... whatever the Power Stone is that increases the rate at which the projectile travels. I would probably just use the slower one because the bubble would probably stay on Volcanus longer instead of passing right through him. But that's just me. Okay, so for my setups, I've got a Phylactery build, 1 elixir. Oh, it's going to run through the Power Stones. Just using the Immunity Elixir. I've got Berserk on pretty much everything. And it's an expensive build if you don't have the Power Stones because the mythic ones are hard to get since the Power Stones are kind of diversified a lot. There's a lot of them out there, so trying to get the exact ones that you want is difficult. Oh, you'll notice I did put Teleport on my Frost Knights. They put Volcanus out of commission instantaneously, and that keeps him from shooting off meteors that'll kind of splash your units all over the place and keep them from pushing forward. So I like doing that. That kind of locks him down, gives everything time to push through, clear out, and then, as you can see, knocks him out very easily. So this one is very unit level dependent. Takes a lot of high level Warhounds and Wraiths. And I think I've got some Arcane Blades in there too. I like the Arcane Blades. Let's just run it again while I'm talking about it. I like the Arcane Blades because they will... Let's skip ahead here. There we go. They will kind of, see, pop through already, and they're already zipping through and killing all the archers. So that helps in that since those bodies are gone, the warhounds that are running through don't have to stop at them, and they can keep pushing through the rest of the way. So it's if you can come across a bunch of teleport stones, it's even easier. And I think I've got that in one of these next builds. Yeah, I've got 3 teleports on this one. You'll notice I've got the 2 warhounds in the back. So we can actually skip through the power stones. They're basically the same. I have less of the berserk on this one. So let's go ahead and, okay, and just immunity. That's all we're using. But notice how the warhounds in the back working on those thorn guards clear through. They get the archers. I think it's a lot smoother, makes things a lot easier. This is my 3rd profile, so kind of my 3rd strongest profile. And I think it works fantastic having that teleport. And berserk obviously makes all the difference in the world, but having the teleport back there kind of spreads out so you don't have all the congestion in the front, because sometimes you'll have a bunch of warhounds sitting behind other units that they can't reach through. Okay, this is my 4th profile, and I was struggling trying to use the melee swarms. I just don't think I have the unit levels for SR15 on that one yet, but I switched to the range builds that I've been seeing, and this is the one that I came up with. Not using a druid because I want to maximize that wounded debuff, and I've got the crystal spires in there as opposed to something else. With the merge power stone, you can get away using Troll Giant's Toe and having archers and chaos archers. You just have to have them merged so that you have fewer bodies on the field. If you don't have it though, you can use the standard and be just fine. The standard of the Ancient Defender is wicked because it's got such good range for your Crystal Spires and for Reno and everything else. The Stormcaller, it can reach halfway across the map. It's just fantastic. Okay, this is an SR12 profile, and yeah, here's the standard. So just to show you how the standard works, you don't have to worry about how many bodies you've got on the field. But as you can see, the reach on it is fantastic. Look how far those arcane spires are reaching, or crystal spires, sorry. And boom. Yeah, that the Celestial Spear hits like a truck. But even without the Celestial Spear, you could be just fine with some more archers and chaos archers. Okay, this is a lower level melee swarm, and I've thrown on the melee elixir in addition to the immunity, just because I needed the little extra push. But I'd rather use those elixirs than have to buy the accuracy elixirs. If you've got some in your inventory, even if you have to use 2 elixirs, if you've got a bunch of them and they're just sitting there, it's better than spending the gems on an accuracy elixir to do an accuracy build. So I just thought I'd show that real fast. But yeah, I don't think, hold on, let's look at that one more time really quickly. Yeah, I don't have any teleport on any of the units. It just pushes through. So you don't need teleport. You don't need berserk. This is SR11. So I think it's SR11 and below, you won't have enough wounded debuff to make berserk count. So if you're putting berserk on your units, it's really not going to help much. But yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you to everybody who contributed. Again, you can check out the Command Table Discord channel. Link will be in the description. So thank you. Lots of help today. Appreciate everybody who contributed. And the best thing you can do to help the channel right now is subscribe. Please subscribe. We're 3/4 of the way to 1,000 subscribers. Once we get there, we can apply to be monetized, and then we'll have some more resources that we can pour into the channel and into the community. So thank you everybody for supporting. You can always check out the Command Table Discord to see if we have openings in any of our clans. We have lots of spots right now at all kinds of different star ratings. So check it out. We've got a very active community. So if your clan's struggling a bit, you can even join with your whole clan. So, all right, thanks. We'll have more content for you in the near future. Bye for now.